Advantages of the Soviet Union. Industrialization and modernization. The Soviet Union made significant strides in industrial development, transforming from an agrarian society into a major industrial power. This allowed them to build a strong military-industrial complex and compete with Western nations. Strong military. The Soviet Union maintained a formidable military force, including a large army, navy, and air force. They had a substantial nuclear arsenal, which made them a global superpower and a rival to the United States during the Cold War. Technological achievements. The Soviet Union achieved significant milestones in space exploration, including launching the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, and sending the first human, Yuri Gagarin, into space. They also made advancements in fields such as medicine, engineering, and weaponry. Emphasis on education and science. The Soviet Union prioritized education and scientific research, leading to a highly educated population and significant scientific advancements. They established numerous universities and research institutions, fostering innovation and intellectual growth. Central planning. The Soviet Union implemented a centralized economic planning system, which allowed for the mobilization of resources and rapid industrialization. This approach enabled them to achieve high rates of economic growth during certain periods. Disadvantages of the Soviet Union. Lack of political freedom. The Soviet Union operated as a one-party state under the Communist Party's control, suppressing political opposition and dissent. Basic freedoms such as freedom of speech, press, and assembly were severely restricted, leading to a lack of political pluralism. Command economy. The Soviet Union's command economy, characterized by central planning and state ownership of industries, led to inefficiencies, shortages, and a lack of consumer goods. The economy was not responsive to market demands and often struggled to meet the needs of its citizens. Bureaucracy and corruption. The Soviet Union's bureaucracy was notorious for its inefficiency, red tape, and corruption. This hindered economic development and created a system prone to nepotism and favoritism. Standard of living disparities. Despite some achievements in industrialization, the standard of living for many Soviet citizens remained relatively low compared to Western countries. Shortages of consumer goods, housing problems, and limited access to quality healthcare were persistent issues. Repression and human rights abuses. The Soviet Union was known for its human rights abuses, including censorship, political persecution, forced labor camps, gulags, and suppression of ethnic and religious minorities. Dissidents and intellectuals were often silenced or faced imprisonment. It's important to note that the advantages and disadvantages mentioned above are generalizations and do not capture the entirety of the complex history and dynamics of the Soviet Union. Different perspectives exist on the extent and impact of these factors, and opinions may vary based on individual experiences and beliefs.